Hey everyone, I want to share one of our most impactful inventory updates yet. An expanded receiving and recounting experience that syncs your inventory changes to Shopify, giving you complete control and visibility. If you've ever dealt with mismatched counts, surprise shortages, or the headache of updating multiple systems after receiving inventory, this update is a game changer. Those already familiar with GroovePacker's receive and recount features will be glad to know that we've not slowed or complicated the ultra-streamlined process you're used to. In fact, we've worked hard to ensure that the additional recording and syncing features do not require extra steps or new requirements. For example, every receiving and recounting operation is now automatically named and numbered, so you can refer back to it, export it, or resume it later. Just start the receiving process and the rest is done for you. You can think of the receive and recount processes in 3 parts. First is the quick selection of a workflow option that lets you customize which fields you'll be updating and whether you'll manually type the totals or use the scanner to count items scan by scan. Next is the counting process where the quantity is updated for each item being received or recounted. In finally comes the review process, where you can see how the inventory was affected, apply the update, and optionally push the changes to Shopify. Part 1. Workflow options. Receiving and recounting tend to be long-running, repetitive processes. This means even small optimizations can result in big efficiency gains. Every keystroke and click matters. Since everyone's workflow is unique, we offer a number of options that allow you to have the cursor autofocus exactly where you need it for the most streamlined process possible. Are you updating just the quantity for 150 items? Here's your flow. Scan the item, type the quantity, press enter, and you're done. The app is ready for you to scan the next item. Just rinse and repeat. But what if you're also updating the location while you receive these items? There's a flow that highlights the location after you enter the quantity, so you can confirm or update each location before moving to the next item. There's also an option for updating just the location of each item. This is handy when setting up a new warehouse or optimizing the locations of a bunch of items. We also have some highly requested flows that use the scanner to count items one by one. Each scan increments the quantity and simultaneously verifies the item. After scanning all the items, the total is locked in and you're ready to scan the next SKU. Part 2. Receiving or recounting. The same flow options can be selected for use when you're receiving items and adding the quantity to what you have on hand, or for recounts where you're updating the current quantity with the new count. Depending on the operation, there are subtle differences in how things are labelled and how the counts are applied, but the streamlined approach is the same. The records of each receive and recount process are listed separately on their respective pages, so they're easy to find and resume or review. Let's take a look at the process from start to finish. First, choose whether you want to receive or recount inventory by opening either section from the main menu. If you have any past operations or operations that are still in progress, you'll see them listed. You can begin a new process by clicking Start. As soon as you do, the previously used workflow is already selected and GroovePacker is ready for you to scan the first item. The process is focused and friction-free. As the operator works, GroovePacker is creating a record of everything that is counted or received. At this point, no changes are being made to the live inventory levels. Once receiving or recounting is complete, they can click Done to review the changes. If you're new to receiving inventory in GroovePacker, there are some helpful features worth mentioning. For example, if there are tasks related to the receiving of specific items, like removing tags, bagging, labeling, etc., notes and images can be saved right on the receiving page and will be displayed there every time the item is received. This ensures these details of the processes are there when needed, indispensable for new hires and seasonal help. Since product barcode labels may be printed for items during receiving, the option to print the label is included on the receiving page, along with an option to print a put-away label used for easily identifying inventory that is boxed and stored in secondary locations. Part 3. Review and sync. Nobody likes surprises, especially when it comes to their business's inventory. That's why we've separated the counting from any changes to your live inventory. This provides an opportunity to review all pending changes before committing them. If you're preparing to sync inventory to Shopify, you can also compare the totals in Shopify before the changes are synced. This also makes it easy to have a manager or a remote admin review and approve changes before they're applied. Those using Shopify inventory transfers can apply what was received against incoming inventory. If you're not receiving against an incoming transfer, you can apply the changes to the quantity on hand after they're approved. It's also worth noting that you can use GroovePacker to receive inventory and push it to Shopify, even if you're not using the inventory tracking features in GroovePacker. GroovePacker's Shopify Sync feature supports multiple stores and multiple locations, so you can easily utilize the same GroovePacker account to receive inventory for separate stores and store locations. And once you're ready to sync, GroovePacker pushes your totals to Shopify, and the new counts will be live instantly. Shopify shows 33, refresh, and now it's 55. Fast, accurate, and saved in an easily exportable record. Receiving and recounting inventory in GroovePacker has always been streamlined. Now, with reliable syncing built directly into your receiving and recount workflows, it's easy to review what was received, see who received it, and push the resulting inventory changes to Shopify. Ready to make inventory updates foolproof and effortless? Sign into GroovePacker to try the new Receive and Recount features today, or start your subscription with a free 1-month trial, including the Shopify Sync add-on, and experience stress-free, accurate fulfillment.